Yo, what's up, everyone? This is episode 132 of the Blrd podcast. As always, we have Green Tuner.
Hello.
Creamcast.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Bandito Mac.
I am here.
Dark Side.
Hello.
That was good.
That was actually pretty good. Very harmonious.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we would have talked about this. We could have done the Three Stooges.
Yeah,
Hold on. And the one and only.
Anyway,
best in the world.
so, hey,
Your
guys,
fellow
hey,
nobody
the
cares.
Ed Underground Bay.
Wow.
It's
Yeah,
here.
that's very undeserved. Yeah. See, we had to wait 30 minutes for Ed just to turn on his computer. You guys understand that? 30 minutes.
40.
His power literally went out as he was turning his computer on, and he had to yell.
Internet went out.
That's because his grandma microwaved for 3 minutes instead of 2. So it overloaded the power circuit.
Damn it, Grandma. Don't do that anymore, Grandma.
I was going to say the warlord that runs Ed Slum is fighting a coup right now, and the power is going in and out. I mean,
It's a Papa Good Blood.
Yeah,
Papa
Goodblood.
Papa Legba.
Once again and always, the main character of this podcast. Might as well just call it the Ed podcast at some point because
Sure, Ed.
I mean, everybody's talking about me. There's Only Toes, that's based off of what I said. There's Ed's Dreads, based off of, yours truly. There's, what else was there? There was something else too. I forgot the other name of it.
I think that was it. But I think, yes, Ed, to give you credit, I will give you credit. Only was it? No, Ed's Dreads, 100% because of you. Your dreads became sentient and decided that they were just enough. And they wanted to become sentient, and they had to start commenting. And Only Toes is they were just trying to get ahead of the curve because you were starting an OnlyFans with your toes, so they just wanted to take your proprietary name. So
main character, baby. So much of a main character that there's branches of shows based off of me. Just saying.
Yeah.
He's got his own little fan base.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, like one show, like the Magic School, Magic School Bus, stuff like that. Magic Short Bus, whatever you want to call it. Ed, yes, you are the main character of your own show, and we're very happy and proud of you for doing that. So, congratulations, Ed. You are it. You've made it. All right, so let's.
Good job.
Good job. So, anyways, we have our dear friend of the podcast, Only Toes here, says Ed auditions for Backroom Casting Couch and says he's the main character. So Ed, do you have anything to say to Only Toes about that?
It's news to me.
Yeah,
Ed?
Still more opportunities than Only Toes that whoever Only Toes is would ever get. So hey, hey.
What?
I don't think that's the. Don't think that's the. I don't think that's the flexor you thought that was. But okay, awesome. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump into the news. Bandito Mac, as the person who's making these outlines for us, do you want to kick us off with the topics, like the news that we're going to discuss today?
For sure, yeah. Oh, yeah. First news of the day. Pretty big news, I guess. Like we said, we don't usually get too political, but big, historic event, as many as we've had these past few years. It feels like centuries, right? But yeah, it's officially Jover, and our guy, I was going to say Joe Biden, is officially out of the race, endorsing Madam President Kamala Harris. Wow.
Yeah. Green Tuner, do you have any?
How are you guys feeling about that?
Yeah, Green Tuner, how do you feel about that?
How do you feel about that, Green Tuner?
I feel neither way. I think it's a very sound decision from all parties involved, and I wish them all the best.
Wow.
You don't feel like the commies are winning? You don't feel any?
Wow.
I just like to think that we all are out here trying to do the best for each other, and We should learn to heal. Okay, let's heal each other.
Wow.
Let's
Green
love.
Tuner,
Green Tuner, what did you think of the congressional Senate hearings for the Secret Service to deputy or director? Do the words "inside job" mean anything to you or anything like that?
How much do you know?
No, I just think
Collusion?
everyone's trying to do their job to the best of their capabilities, and
Okay.
hopefully, the truth will see the light of day.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So
Mhm.
you don't believe that this was possibly an inside job, and that according to our former president, that Joe, I want to say Joe Biden, not Joe Budden now, thanks to you, Bandito.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, Joe Biden did a really horrible job of protecting our former president. Do you have any thoughts on that? Do you think that our current president did a horrible job leading the Secret Service and protecting a past president? Or did you think that Joe purposely planned all of this to take out good old 45?
Oh, you're thinking Dark Brandon orchestrated
Dark Brandon.
this entire setup.
No,
Yeah.
Brandon Black.
Mm.
Brandon Black.
Green
All right,
Tuner, how
can
many?
you care to
how
elaborate on
many-
that end?
Wait, what?
You said what?
I said Brandon Black.
Dark Brandon is black?
No. Oh God.
You're
Brandon.
so progressive.
So there's a character from Dragon Ball Z named Goku Black, which is Goku but evil.
Wait,
so
are you
that's
serious, Ed?
separate.
Because he's black.
Oh, very. I'm serial.
So wait,
No.
Goku turned. So did they race swap my boy?
No, they didn't race swap anybody.
No, they just made the black one evil, right?
Yeah, right.
Ed, is this true?
Ed, please elaborate.
Ed Underground, is this true?
Stay tuned for the next
support this, man?
episode of Dragon Ball Z.
this is one of those.
No,
like,
I mean, just is it true? Yes or no? It's simple.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people who are considered.
And would you
evil.
consider Akira Toriyama a racist?
Oh God, no. No.
Whoa.
I don't know you would, but no.
throwing out some crazy accusations right now.
That is
I mean,
very
calm
crazy.
down. I mean, the man's not even alive anymore.
Let the man rest.
Yeah, let's
rest.
back it up. It's getting a little hot in the kitchen
Yeah,
right
just
now.
like,
All right.
Yeah.
I'll just say, but none of us trust Goku Black, though.
Yeah, I mean, you have seen the memes
where you
where
at?
everybody's shooting at Goku Black, and then Trunks
Stop, he's
is
not
like,
black.
he's like, stop, he isn't black. It was like, what?
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Whoever
I love it.
greenlit that is very questionable.
Oh, they know what they were doing.
They knew what they were doing,
Probably.
Yeah,
absolutely.
of course.
But did it
All right,
make for
well,
a
this
hilarious
was,
meme? Absolutely.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Wait, what? What?
Hmm.
Who said what?
Dark side.
Fine,
Go
on to
ahead.
the next subject. What's next on the
Yeah, I
agenda?
was gonna say this was a great attempt to unleash the Green Tuner upon the world, but can I just say I'm very impressed with his measure.
Thank
his
you. Thank you.
Filter?
Thank you.
Well, no, just decorum.
You don't think he's been bought out? You don't think something's wrong with Green Tuner right now?
I feel like
Is
he's
it
been
really
bought
Green
out. By
Tuner?
he has
I
been bought
mean,
out.
Is it really Green Tuner or is it some kind of AI? I mean, for some reason we haven't seen Joe Biden for a while. He suddenly dropped out. Is it really Joe Biden?
If you guys want to see Green Tuner's real opinions, go to True Social right now, and you'll see his true opinion.
Green Tuner. Mm-hmm.
Look, I just like to say I'm a big fan of John Romero, and his films have always had a big impact on my life.
Yes, of course, and other people like John Wayne Gacy or any other crazy people out there.
Yes, okay. Anyway, yes. Speaking of more movie news, we did hear that the Rebel Moon director's cut has been announced. Zack Snyder again allowed to unleash his full vision because they always keep the restraints on him. Apparently, every time
they had restraints on him.
They had restraints. Have you guys seen the trailer? Have you?
That did not seem restrained at all.
No, they were definitely.
This is the director's cut. This is what he's now allowed to show the people his true vision.
Well, the people demanded the Snyder cut.
Who?
Apparently.
Who demanded?
Really?
The people.
The people.
Yeah,
no, yeah.
People demanded
the person demanded.
The person. Yeah.
And that was Snyder. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I'm guessing he saw the reception to it and was like, you know what? You guys are wrong. Listen. They didn't let me show you what truly happened here. I didn't see it, but I know you guys reviewed it in an earlier episode.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whoa.
that was one of the most miserable viewing experiences I've ever had of recent.
Yeah.
It was.
First off,
There
calm
were-
down. It wasn't that bad. All right.
Okay,
It was one of the.
Were you okay when you were dreading to watch part 2? Okay,
Dreading. That's
Okay,
some heavy words.
Oh,
it
here's
is
a better,
a heavy word, but you were
here's a-
dreading to
I
watch
here's a
was.
better question.
and you know it.
Yeah, I
'cause
was.
What a gigantic piece of garbage.
Here's a better question. When you were done gripping on Snyder's balls, how did you feel about the movie?
Well, first off, it's 2024. That sounds a little bit. There's a phobia
judgy, yeah.
there.
Some
I don't want to
derision.
say
There's no phobia.
Some
It's
kink
just
shaming.
it's
Yeah,
a
kink
general
shaming, like,
question.
if
When you
I
were done with your scene,
okay,
how do you feel about the movie?
Huh?
When you were
And
done,
What
Hey,
angle are you coming at here?
Hey, first off, you're way too innocent.
ask about that angle.
Ed, you're way too innocent to be talking about this type of stuff. So, like, I feel like you're repeating things that you thought you heard of what happens in these scenes. So, like, just stop first. Second of all, don't shame me for what I like to do. If I want to hang off Daddy Snyder's balls, then damn, let me hang off his balls. Okay. Thirdly, this was. I mean, I don't know who asked for this shit. I have not heard one person. Well, that's not true. I have heard people say they thought that that Rebel Moon wasn't that bad, and I mean, these are people I would never trust their opinion and anything in life after that. But there are people out there who truly think that this was a decent movie. So if there are more to this movie, which I think it should be, because I feel like we've all seen it. I feel like there are like obvious gaps missing in this whole series. Maybe production quality gaps or storyline gaps, but I feel like there's a lot missing. So if we're gonna get a director's cut, I would not watch it. But for those who truly love it,
Surprise!
I
would not.
know. I mean, I like everything that Snyder has done for the most part. So
I'm sure
Benito
you
Mac.
do.
Benito Mac,
Wow.
this is director's cut going to combine both together in one epic.
I believe 1 and 2.
production.
Yeah.
no,
You know what?
no, you
I'm
can't
not-
be
This is
serious.
part 2. This is definitely a part 2.
Wait, you can't be serious.
It's an 8-hour cut.
Creep guys, you don't want it, but he's gonna force it in.
Wait,
Are
Gonna force it right in.
you're trying to
4
say there's gonna be
hours? How long is-
two director's cuts?
Yeah, this is Snyder. Who
Mashed
else would do
into
it?
one single movie.
And
Who else would do
this
this?
is
Into
the
one
director's-
continuous
so
storyline.
normally, how this works is a film comes out, and it's what you see is the producer's cut, right? That they have final say on the film because they pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Oh.
the director's cut comes out afterwards. In this case, I believe he is both the producer and the director, so I'm not sure what the fuck's going on here. Except he's cramming more shit in there, trying to get a double dip. If you loved it the first time,
You're in for a
more
treat.
on you. I guess you'll have more slow mo. I don't know what to tell you.
No shame. No
But
shame.
I cannot imagine a more prolonged experience
Yes.
than watching an extended cut of, like, if he speeds up a certain number of scenes, maybe it's worth watching. But if he's slowing more shit down and combining it with other shit that's already slowed down, I don't know. Like, I mean, I want to encourage him to make shit because he's a good director. Like, he's got a genuine good touch. Only when he's adapting, as we've discovered.
Yes.
When he's doing his own shit, he's a little indulgent in it. He doesn't know when to step away. And unfortunately, his wife, who's his partner in this, probably encourages his vision. Like I say, he's a talented man. I would love to see him take on other things. So, hey, I wish him success. But no, this is not for me. I think, I don't know who it's for, honestly.
I can't take 8 hours of slow mo. I like Snyder, but I can't take 8 hours of slow mo scenes. I'm sorry.
Well, like it's only Toes is saying, he's like, this shit better be good. I
Oh,
might just walk.
yeah.
I
you're
might
gonna
just
be
walk out my house while
disappointed.
watching this.
Damn.
Hmm. Wonder who
Damn.
Oritos is.
Well,
Yeah.
so apparently it drops on August 2nd, and he will be
Oh wait,
dropping. Yeah.
of this year?
Yes, of this year.
Oh,
Damn.
Year of Our Lord 2024.
Oh,
Rebel
coming
Moon
up.
Chapter 1. Yeah, so he'll be dropping a version of each movie that is a bit longer. So Chapter 1, Chalice of Blood, had a running time of 3 hours and 24 minutes. So it'll be a full, so it'll be
Wait.
a full, no, so this is the new version.
Oh, the new version will be
Rebel
3
Moon-
hours.
God.
Yeah, so it's
Oh,
70 minutes
shit.
longer than the first cut. And
Of
Chapter
course.
2 is going to be 51 minutes longer than the original
Of
cut.
course. These are the scenes that Zack Snyder at one point said, "Nah, we don't need this." Those are the scenes he's adding back in now. Imagine that. Imagine that.
Yeah, what's crazy is like, okay, what have we done? Like, I feel like we've unleashed a monster, right? Like we did we did Justice League, director's
fine.
cut, and it was fine, it was good. But I think now he has the idea that we always want director's cuts. Like, is he gonna do Army of the Dead director's cut? Like is he gonna go to all his movies and be like, you know what, this is the real cut? I just don't understand. What do we need to see?
One is 70 additional minutes and one is 50.
Yeah.
That's a fucking entire other film on one. Like that's
It
adding
is.
on another
It's literally another film.
YouTube for the bandwidth alone. For God's sake,
Yeah.
it's not worth it for the bandwidth.
This is Netflix, right? I didn't think Netflix would have like any
Oh, Netflix.
Yeah.
for lack of a better word, boundaries or whatever, or no, I can't think of the word.
Limits.
You know, like
restrictions.
standards?
Yeah, they have any restrictions
That's the
on.
word. Yeah, that's the word. I don't think Netflix would have any restrictions on Snyder doing anything. So why do we need another hour? Basically, an hour.
Because they paid for it. If they paid for 70 minutes of additional footage, like can you like?
What's with
obviously
like Darkseid?
This man was allowed to cook.
Yeah, what's like even like Darkseid said is like he's director and producer. And it's kind of like he's fighting himself. Like he goes, he has both sides of the hat. He's like, yeah, I did this entire movie, and he flips the hat around. He's like, but no, I need to cut that, and then he flips around, like, and then he's arguing with himself, and it's just like, like did like
duck season, rabbit season, duck season,
like did he like argue with himself, and then he came to a resolution, like both sides agreed, like you know what. Like they both said at the same time, director's cut, and then boom, that's what we got. It's just weird. This is a movie.
It seems like almost like a marketing ploy, in a sense, where he's being able to re-release again. But I mean, I guess he has all this extra footage. Because because I would ask this question like, well, what's the problem with why can't you tell the story that you want to tell in that 2 hours, like a good
in the
story?
first place? Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I don't get it. But
you would think
I haven't seen it, so I can't say how good it is. But
don't see it now.
No.
He has to
see
watch
it.
like clips on YouTube. Really?
No, he needs to see it.
He needs to see it.
He needs to see it. Yeah, he needs to enjoy the torture. We had to. I remember when part 2 came out. I was so pissed. I was so pissed that we had to watch that shit. I was hoping that we would come as a collective group and be like, you know what, we're good on part 1. Yeah, like you know what, we're doing this to ourselves at this point. But no, we decided that we were going to do it for the greater good of the audience.
You know why we did it? Why we did it? It's called shared trauma. It's shared trauma. And now we have
Speak for yourself.
We have something in common.
We do.
Yeah.
Well, it's not shared right now because we're still missing out on Bandito. So Bandito,
you know, I mean, I was living vicariously through you guys when you reviewed it. I was seeing the pain, the emotional turmoil you felt. Yeah, we'll see.
Tears were shed.
I might pop it on in the background.
At some point in the Rebel Moon cinematic universe, as it unfurls before our eyes, you will be got, my friend. You will be got.
Yes.
At some point.
Well, we got what 5 more? Don't we? Isn't this like a 6-part series? So 4 more films.
Netflix paid for like 5 or 6 films. So
yeah,
we may or may not get them, but they definitely.
There's basically like the version of Adam Sandler where like they paid for so many movies and he has to deliver them no matter what.
Hey,
But I mean,
Yeah.
so why'd you
some
get
of those
director's
were
cut
good.
now?
Not
Well,
what
'cause
Little
he's-
Missy.
Well, you know what?
What?
He's probably dropping a director's cut now because
That one was good, Waldo.
Get the
Well,
fuck
I think
out
they're.
of
I
here.
think. Oh, to answer
Wait.
Bandito's Max thing, he said, "Why are they
Mhm.
dropping it now if it's going to be?"
Yeah.
I think they're dropping it. He's dropping it now because it's about to be canceled, and I think he's just like,
Mm.
you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna put the whole 3-hour,
You think
4-hour
it's gonna
film out there.
cancel?
I
Oh,
hope.
I see.
You know,
So it's
Netflix.
just so that people are like, "Oh wow, you know
Netflix
what?
cancels
He's real
things
vision.
when they're even
Yeah,
successful.
he's such a
Make it
visionary.
part
That's
3,
true.
make it part 4."
I
see, I
definitely
see.
think, I think he's definitely trying to reignite some kind of interest.
Rig-
Also, I'm sure he has
An
a
interest?
panel.
I mean, but what interest is there?
Well, I'm sure he has a panel at Comic-Con, is what I was going to say too. That
Yeah, we have
Oh.
Comic-Con coming up soon, so
yeah,
Yeah,
so
that might actually boost views.
yeah, you get more eyes on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
For sure.
never know if you want to make that universe grow. Good
For
on,
sure.
good on the fans. Good on the fans of Rebel
What
Moon.
is there to grill though? I mean,
I mean, the Rebel Moon fan base, right?
yeah,
there's a
One and
fan
two.
base.
yeah,
There's a
of
dude
course.
Called
there.
Rebbies. Yeah,
The Reb-
Rebbies. You haven't heard of
Yeah,
them?
the Rebels.
Yeah,
Oh, it must be the same people like the
Rebs,
Acolyte.
Rebs.
The Rebs.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
the same people.
Uh-huh.
The same
Moon-
people like the Acolyte, like Rebel
the
Moon,
Mooners?
probably.
The Mooners, yeah.
the
Mooners.
Mooners,
Yeah, the
the
Mooners.
Mooners, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mooners.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
IGN has a great article right now on the front page demanding a season 2 of The Acolyte.
Of course they do. I mean, the Acolyte. I mean, not the Acolyte. IGN. If you meet
IGN.
a Paolo
Another-
Coop, they'll give that a 10 out of 10. I'm sure.
Another one to get me
I
fucking
mean-
more excited than fucking season 2 announcement right now. Don't
Yeah.
get
Dude,
hopes
we
up.
all know it's gonna happen.
Of course it's gonna
And
happen.
I am going to be there on the first boring
Oof.
episode.
Yeah, I will be there for every episode. I just
Mhm.
want to. I just want them to announce it and spend another 180 million just to spite the haters.
Ooh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Sure, just
The same
I
location.
hope the show like grows a whole universe of its own.
Yeah, I hope.
But
Actually,
I'm
I
hoping
hope
they
they
go back to Grimdark.
retcon. I hope they retcon
Yeah.
Anakin. I hope-
Yeah, I hope
Well,
they
at
just
this point
erase
they
him from
did.
history and there's no more
Yeah.
Anakin whatsoever.
Yeah, I hope
It's
they
now
spend-
just
I-
Osha.
No,
Osha, and that's it.
no. They make Anakin a black woman.
Oh,
Oh,
They-
sure know what happened,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
the
That's
power
gonna
of
happen at
two.
some point.
Yeah. That would be a great
Shit.
use of $180 million. They
Yes.
just go out of their way to retcon the older movies.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
buy
and
every
instead
action
of
figure.
saying
it solves all the problems everyone has.
The
instead
Force
of
is
saying
female, baby.
you don't know the power of the dark side, they're gonna start saying you don't know the power of one, the power of two, the power of many at some point too. I'm sure.
That's where the
They read-
prophecy came from. I mean,
Yeah,
Ed,
I'm sure they did.
this is
Yeah.
genius
There we
writing
go.
right here.
Sure it did. Yeah. Oh, funny
That's
thing
just your
too,
little brain
how
can't comprehend it.
how Osha turned her her
Oh,
Who?
yeah.
blue
Ed-
lightsaber
That
red.
amazing scene. Yeah. That
Yeah.
was so sick, right?
You know how long
Yeah,
it took
sick.
That was dope as
I
hell.
love it.
Yeah.
to do that?
Well, he's not the
Who?
chosen one like Osha
Yeah,
is.
he's
Ed,
not.
Barely is
Yeah,
not.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
Barely is not.
He's not pure force energy like
Barely
Osha.
is not. For
He's not
forgetting
an
the
emergent.
prophecy and
No,
him
not
killing
apparently. Evidently.
Palpatine.
Evidently. Yeah.
Evidently.
Very
he is
clearly.
not.
Very
Clearly, there's
clearly.
no
I mean,
apparently.
Mhm.
Forget that he was a walking prophecy, and forget that he
Forget
killed
it.
Palpatine, and
Yeah,
forget
he
that he
was.
brought
The
balance to the
prophecy
Force.
Ass.
False.
Forget all that
Was.
stuff.
False. That prophecy is
It was all fluff.
It
Yeah.
debunked.
right.
It was
yeah,
so fluff.
Mhm.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Ed,
Ed.
you just lost. You understand that
Yeah.
you understand. You have to understand that the prophecy was debunked. This is
Yeah.
all fake. The prophecy is all fake news, and that the power of one, the power of two, the power of many is the true
Ooh.
prophecy. So
Ooh.
yes, of course, Vader is a sissy, is a simp
Yeah.
compared
Fucking
to
nip.
Osha and May.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It just makes
Haters
common
gonna
sense.
hate.
Connected
Haters
by
gonna hate.
Exactly. You're the
Oh,
hater.
man.
No, it's not about haters gonna hate. It's about what's happening with the actual Star Wars franchise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
we're
it's-
Yeah, it
speaking of
sucks.
facts here.
yeah.
That
We're spinning
doesn't matter
facts.
what you think. That's just what's happening, son.
When George
All right.
Lucas,
This is Star Wars. Whether you
Yeah.
like it or not, this is Star Wars.
As the
And this
ratings are
is the
going
future of
down,
Star
as the
Wars.
money is going down, as the
Uh-huh.
subscribers are going down, yeah, it's
That's
all
not-
for a
yeah.
good cause.
Hey,
Absolutely.
hey, since we're on the Disney news, can we get a round of applause for Disney? They now have
For
the
sure.
highest grossing animated film of all time this summer. I couldn't believe it. Inside Out 2 is now the highest grossing animated film of all
Oh wow.
time.
Nice.
That came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we don't really. I don't think any of us were interested. I like the original, but damn, yeah, they're killing it right now. So
Awesome. That's great. That's actually great news. Disney is doing big things. Like they're doing big things with the Acolyte, obviously, with just doing so good, so well.
Well,
Hopefully we get season
got a
2.
14% on Rotten Tomatoes, but go on.
All right, cool. Ed. Inside Out too did really great, and now we have including with Disney,
Deadpool,
Deadpool. So
Wolverine, yes.
yeah. Apparently, there is a little bit of misdirection from Disney. I know for myself, I have been avoiding the trailers because, I mean, things have seemed like they've been leaked left and right. But Disney and they're just so smart. Kevin Feige, they're just so intelligent. They put out fake trailers just to misdirect the viewers. So obviously a lot of stuff that we've seen in the trailers will not happen or will happen differently in the actual movie. I know this is something we've complained about in the past where the trailers give away too much and we see things that kind of spoil the movie or it could have been more impactful had we seen it live in a theater. But if Disney's obviously listening to us, they're huge fans of the Blur podcast. It
Mhm,
seems like they've
no doubt.
actually done that.
yeah,
So, I think that's a great. I think that's a great idea. Honestly, if they truly did that, I hope that it was executed well. I've seen a lot of spoilers. Some of them are not as impactful as others, but if they have misdirected their fans, this is a great step for Disney. Seems like Disney's learning their lesson.
Mhm.
It could be good or bad though, because I mean, we saw well. It kind of be good or bad because I mean we've had some trailers that have been excellent on Disney side. Then we watched the movies, thinking Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. We saw the trailers and we're like, oh man, this is gonna be awesome. And then we saw the movie and it was absolute doo doo. It seems like it's the opposite has happened. The trailers have been really good, got a lot of people hyped, but the movie itself has gotten really great reviews thus far. So hopefully Disney's learning their lesson, being more strategic on putting out their media. So we'll see what happens. But what do you guys think?
So I do think they misdirected the fans in the trailers because I think it was the second or third trailer that came out a few weeks ago, and you would see one of the portals that Doctor Strange makes, or whoever has those rings make the portals. In one of the portals in the trailer, you can't see through it. It's completely like yellow. You can't. You normally you can see the other side of that portal, but in the trailer you can't see
Right.
anything. It's like
Yeah.
just yellow.
I
So
noticed that too. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I do believe they misdirect their fans and they're hiding things from the fans. It's good because I did see all the trailers, and I don't believe everything that is in the trailer is going to happen in the movie or it's going to be switched around. So I believe it.
Yeah. I
Good
haven't been
good
too
step
tapped
for
in.
Disney. So
Yeah. I haven't been too like tapped in to all of the other movies. So like I still haven't seen Multiverse of Madness, even though I've heard a lot of bad things about it. But
Don't bother.
don't see
yeah.
it.
There's
Not worth it.
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
no new
Nah, I think you
game
should see
Yeah.
it.
I
No,
would
I
say see it.
see it.
I
I
think
would
it's
say
worth
see
it.
it.
I'll
Yeah.
say this: it's the
Ugh.
only movie that is, I would say, truly connected to one of the Disney Plus shows. It's connected to
Mhm.
WandaVision. So if you did
Yeah.
not see WandaVision, you may be lost what's going on in
You
the
don't
Doctor
even need.
Strange movie.
You don't even
You
need.
don't need to watch it.
You don't
You're
even
gonna
need to
be
Yeah.
watch one.
lost.
Like, don't.
Well,
Mhm.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
What I'm,
I'm not
I'm
saying
serious.
Okay.
I'm not saying watch it. I'm just saying like because from the other movies we saw Wanda Maximoff as the good guy, and then all of a sudden you see her as the bad guy in this movie. It's like a
Yeah, but
complete switch. Like,
but they explain all that in the movie.
Yeah.
They treat it
Mhm.
so that if you haven't seen it, they still give you enough exposition so you understand what is happening, so you don't need to watch the whole series. But I still think if you're a fan of Doctor Strange, I still think I'm a fan of Doctor Strange. So I still like the magic shit. It's directed by Sam Raimi, so there are some cool Sam Raimi-isms in there. Is it worth it? Was it worth it? No, it was not. But I still, like I said, I like Doctor
Yeah.
Strange. If you like Doctor Strange, if you like
Yeah.
magic in the MCU, If you like the cool kind of shit, the trippy shit that he does, it is worth one viewing at least for that. And then you can make up your mind. There are other movies I would say like stay away from, but like that one actually is worth a revisit.
I'll say there's really, for me, the selling point to see this movie, my excitement from that one selling point was someone was inside that movie.
What? Okay.
And all of a sudden, I won't say what happened, but...
Oh, yeah. I know, Bandito Mac, you haven't seen it, but like,
oh my
fucking
goodness,
spoiler!
there's a cameo.
I'm
You
not
won't
saying
believe
who.
who's in there.
Spoiler, there's somebody
I'm
who's
not
an
saying who.
X-Men
Oh
on
my
there.
goodness.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying who.
Right.
I mean, don't see the trailers if you don't want to be spoiled either.
Probably it has a few things that are worth experiencing without spoilers. But Ed, thank you so much for that. For Bandito Mac. Wow. Wow. Really great job.
It's literally spoiling the one big thing
very few things that you could enjoy out of that. That's like fucking
I didn't say
you
who.
see this?
I didn't say who.
I wonder who it could be.
Hey, but you do realize like the this was the one movie that actually introduced the X-Men into the universe, and you spoiled that.
Whoa. I didn't say anything about X-Men.
Whoa.
Oh, I just showed a
Anything
shirt
about
that said
X-Men.
X-Men on it.
Whoa.
X-Men?
Yeah.
Well,
it'll be interesting to see
he was saying
how it all connects. Yeah.
He was just saying the movie features premium cotton. That's all he was saying.
Yeah, premium cotton.
Like, check out these. Check out how much cotton is in here, baby.
The touch, the feel of cotton, the fabric of our lives.
Yes. There you go. Great cotton movie, by the way. No. What were we talking about? Spoilers. So I have not seen a single trailer. Well, I saw the teaser.
You've seen the teasers.
I've seen the teaser, but I've avoided every trailer. I've gone to the movies. I know the first scene of the trailer where he's sitting on the bar. I immediately avert my eyes. I've not seen anything. I've not seen a single other image outside of the teaser. I've not even looked at any of the stills. I'm avoiding everything. I'm a virgin.
I don't know.
Untouched.
Another random piece of information.
Yeah.
Pure.
So pure.
Flower.
Yeah.
I feel like the stream cut out at a weird, awkward moment, so just disregard.
Yeah.
Probably the connection.
Yeah, it had to be. This will be a cool experience, I think. Hopefully there's a lot of new stuff in here that we haven't seen. Like I said, I've tried to avoid as much as possible. Certain things do get certain things you can't help but avoid just from the nature of being on the internet. But I don't think that really takes away from the movie experience. Because certain things are just bound to happen. But I'm really looking forward to this. I hope I'm not seeing it until Tuesday. So hopefully in between now and then I don't get too many things spoiled.
Damn, you are playing a dangerous game.
I know.
Wow.
I know.
Can you stay on the internet for what? How many days?
Because
Till Tuesday?
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Bandito Mac, you're new. No, all right. What I was gonna say is Bandito Mac. Yeah, I froze.
Oh, yeah. He froze again.
Again.
You're new. Yeah, just fucking disregard. No, I'm not even.
Just keep talking.
Whatever thing you were gonna say was gonna be really cool. You just kind of lost the moment.
What I was gonna say, I'm gonna try to erase my computer before it fucks me over.
He's gonna freeze again.
Yeah, he's like,
we have a tradition here. Whenever, and it's usually Creamcast, and he's the last person to watch a movie that we're trying to avoid spoilers on. We will spam spoilers, but they will be not necessarily the most accurate spoilers.
Yes.
yeah.
A lot of cameos will certainly. We'll be like, oh damn, that fucking
Blue Beetle's here. Yeah.
The Jimmy Carter cameo.
Yeah.
Like Keanu Reeves just showed up. He's the new Gambit.
Vulture.
Yeah. He's the new Gambit.
Michael Keaton Magneto. No.
The Undertaker.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool though. Michael Keaton's Magneto.
Yeah. Creamcast, I salute you. You're playing a dangerous game. I keep telling you.
Yeah, I
Very.
realized that.
You like to live dangerously.
Yeah, I realized that by the time I see it, like I'm going to, because the movie comes out. I mean, early release was Wednesday or Thursday. I'm probably going to log off the internet for the entire 5 days until I watch it. So yeah, you guys can. And you know, the funny thing is, like our group chat, I already muted because one, I needed some space from the internet, but like extra, I'm probably gonna delete Messenger off of my phone for the next couple days because you guys fuck around. Because I remember what movie was it? I think it was what
Either
was it?
Multiverse. No. It was
Multiverse.
something we saw
Yeah,
before.
It was multiverse. We were saying
yeah,
that
multiverse. Like,
Yeah.
Wolverine was there.
Wolverine showed up. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I
He's
was
like, "Fuck,
No,
pissed.
Christmas
but
are fine."
there's a subtlety to it.
That
There's
was
a
Yeah,
glorious.
subtlety
there
to
was a
do it.
slight. No, because I think it was like either Darkseid or Green Tuner said it. Like if Ed says it, I'm just like, okay, he's trolling. It was dark.
Yeah.
It was Darkseid, and I did not expect it at the time for him to be trolling so hard. He was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I can't believe Logan just showed up. It was crazy how he did that and how he cut up all these Captain America, and I'm just like, the fuck.
See,
There's one where I posted it and I saw your little head move down and I immediately deleted it and you got so pissed.
Oh
I know you
yes,
saw it,
yes,
but it was all fake.
yes.
It was all fake.
I remember that. I promise
Yeah.
you, I remember that happening, and I got it from my computer. I went to my wife, and I cursed you out in so many different ways.
Yeah,
I was pissed. I was so pissed. And then I then I had to like you had to do the reverse psychology. I had to like trick myself like you know what, I didn't see that. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah,
I had to lie that I saw it.
Were
and,
you tense during the whole movie, waiting for the cameo that never came?
Yes. I was like, "Oh, where's fucking Wolverine gonna show up?" And it never showed up. And I think honestly, I think when I saw it, afterwards I was like, I need to apologize because I'm like these guys weren't so bad. No, we do this every time a big movie comes out. We put these fake spoilers out, and I think now it doesn't really affect us as much, but
No.
I think we're just waiting for a person to really put out a spoiler and for one of us to lose our shit.
It's happened already.
Well, there's a difference between putting out a spoiler like intentionally and unintentionally. I think somebody did. I think we have put out spoilers unintentionally. But I'm talking about like intentionally, like after someone saw it and then they posted spoilers, and you guys were going pretty hard on me for a couple of days about that damn movie. So
because it was the same situation where we are going to see it like 3 to 4 days ahead of you, and we know it. So it was like the perfect storm. It was the same situation.
So pissed. Oh, really quick, we have a comment from Only Toes. I think this is more to trigger the Ed Underground. He's saying the Rebel Moon is still better than the MCU.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Don't you
it
mean
is.
the MCU, right?
It
Ed?
is though.
Oh, he says it is.
Big fail.
Turn it down on
Wow.
your fuck you, Endgame.
Big fail.
Bitch.
Wow.
What a
Wait,
fail.
you think Rebel Moon is better?
Yeah. What a fail.
There you go. There you
go.
have it.
There you go. I mean, hey, Only
I mean,
Toes, you
The
got a fan.
MCU has not been the same
Mr.
since
Ed himself.
Avengers. Was it not Endgame? What's the last one? Avengers
Infinity War?
Infinity War.
Yep.
No, Endgame. Endgame was the last one, right?
Endgame was the last one you faced.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was peak Marvel. Everything after that.
Well, that's what he's talking about.
I think did you forget about No Way Home? No Way Home was pretty peak.
No Way Home was pretty good. It was good, but I would also say it was more nostalgia. That was like, oh, this is
No,
good.
it was pretty good.
It was good.
But it wasn't better than
it was not.
Endgame.
It was not hinged on nostalgia because they kept most of that movie a secret, and they
Yes.
let you experience that in real time. That was not nostalgia bait. That was well executed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
it's good.
yeah.
But still, Avengers Endgame, the last one, we just called it Endgame. It's still peak Marvel. It has not been like that ever since then.
All right. I mean,
Yeah,
everybody has opinions.
It's all part of the
and
MCU,
someone-
Ed.
Yeah.
It's all part of the MCU.
Everybody
Yeah.
has opinions, even though some might
Yours
be
is wrong.
but
Okay, but that's cool.
yours is wrong. We're gone.
All right, so we have that. Bandita, what else do we want to talk about before we get into our main
That's it,
topics?
baby.
Okay, let's
That's it.
get
That was
into
it.
it.
That's
All
it.
right,
Tight.
Oh, wow.
It's
Oh,
been tight.
before that,
that's
like
a
to
tight
give
41 minutes.
That was tight.
So
before that,
Tight. Like
really
Ed's
quick,
booty.
let's give a you will never be down there, but just really quick, shout out to my girlfriend who bought me this T-shirt. Pretty cool. So yeah, he surprised me
Thank
with it.
you.
That's all.
Thank
Yeah.
you,
Thank
Ed's
you.
I
girlfriend.
tell her about the podcast, even though I'll never let her listen to it.
Oh,
You
yeah, that's
allow her?
cool.
Whoa.
2024.
No,
You
not
control her?
allow.
What's going on here?
No,
Wow.
I'm saying I'm not gonna let her
Look
listen
at
to it.
Ed.
Like,
Whoa.
what do you
Oh,
hit?
like,
Oh, I
what
don't
do
tell
you,
anybody else about it either.
how do you
So-
clip out a video, guys?
yeah, we'll edit that out. Like, you know,
Mhm.
you tell
Yeah,
your
we here at the Blrd Podcast, we support women and
I do
women's
too.
rights.
yeah,
I do
and
too.
Yeah, we're pro clams.
Okay.
I do too. I'm not gonna tell her about it, though. Not this podcast. What's on here
She
or anyone
knows
else.
about it.
she knows.
She knows about it.
I don't tell my mom about podcast either,
She knows.
wonder
Trust me.
why.
She knows about it.
or my sister too. Wonder
Ed,
why.
Ed,
She
Ed,
knows about
Ed allows it. Ed allows it.
Mm.
Yeah, like
Oh,
Ed,
it allows. Oh.
yeah, Ed, I mean, that's
Mm.
cool. I mean, you're being so open with the women in your life. You allow them to do stuff. I mean, I didn't think this was 2024 and women have rights in America, but hey, sure, whatever.
I mean,
Hey,
not allow you to do stuff, but go on.
yeah, you don't, but that's okay
I just
though.
want to give her a shout out because it was a cool surprise, and she knows that I'm a big fan of the X-Men, so that's all.
Yeah, hey, shout out
go on.
girlfriend for getting Ed a t-shirt. We're really proud of you. Anyways,
Let's give a round of applause to Ed's girlfriend, guys. Come on.
Yep,
Let's give it up.
As you should.
yep.
As
There
you
you go.
should.
Very nice
Right.
t-shirt. I'm so proud. I'm proud of you.
Very, very good. Very good.
Mhm. Good job, Ed.
Yeah, good job. So all right, so let's jump into our main topic. So main topic, The Boys season review. The finale just dropped last week. And what a finale that was. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get to it. So how many of us in here have actually watched The Boys? It's up to season 4. Or finished season 4.
I have. Of
Oh.
course.
Okay.
I have, of course. Yeah.
So I guess it's all of us. Ed, since you're silent, I'm assuming you have not watched it.
I have
Ed
not.
watched it. Ed watched it. Wait, what?
What?
You
What?
have not.
Ed? Ed doesn't
Ed,
miss anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never miss anything.
Doesn't miss
I know.
anything, huh?
That's
Yo,
hey guys,
Ed,
we got to do. Can we make a surprise face for the thumbnail? Like
As you should.
Ed didn't watch something. Ed always tells us
Oh
he
my
watches
goodness.
everything on the podcast. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
everything, every time. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, this is the first time this has ever happened.
yo, I'm
First
in
time.
shock right
First
now.
time.
First time.
Befuddlement.
Name one other
First
time. Name one other time.
No, one other time, guys.
I dare you.
I
Go
can't
for
even
it.
think of
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
Think of a single line.
Stop naming other times.
Yeah, stop it, guys.
Stop making sense.
Yeah, so
I'll just
all
say
right.
that circumstances happen where time
Right.
not allowed to do it.
Cool,
so.
awesome. Okay, so
Everybody's
anyways,
okay.
so The Boys season 4.
Yeah.
All right. Ended.
We all have responsibilities.
Yeah, we all. Yeah. He's like, guys, I had things to do in my time of stuff, and 24
Some
hours.
just may involve a hospital.
Yeah,
that's
he
all.
didn't have time over 8 weeks, guys.
Or no, 8 weeks, or the past 4 or 5 years that the show's been going on. He just didn't have time, guys. But anyways, all right, season 4 dropped. Finale. Man, The Boys. I'm not gonna lie, The Boys has been. Season was kind of weird. This was kind of a
It was
weak,
a weird season.
weird
Yeah,
season.
definitely weird. Kind of up and
Yeah.
down, I feel like.
Yeah, this wasn't the typical boy fanfare. I feel like season 2 was kind of like, I would say it's the peak, but season 2 was kind of like one of the greatest seasons for The Boys. Season 3 was really good. And season 4, while good, it wasn't consistent throughout the entire season.
Yeah.
But the
They had
finale,
filler in there for sure.
huh?
Like, so they had like noticeable filler
Yeah,
in season
It seemed like.
yeah.
I
I
think
feel like
there were a couple episodes that were just filler, right? Or am I imagining this?
I don't
All right, like
think it's
okay,
filler.
so
I won't call it filler.
I could we could say
Maybe
right
the
now.
pacing's weird. Well,
Yeah.
Well, there's certain things like I hated the Frenchie story arc from the beginning,
Yeah.
and now I
Yeah.
mean it's pretty much that was fucking filler. That was
Yeah.
absolutely filler. Like
Yeah.
when you get to the end of the season, you're
was.
like, why? What was the point of that? Literally, hey, I'm out of jail. Okay, what was the point of all that? Why do
Yeah.
all that? Why waste our time?
Yeah.
So there was like stuff intermixed throughout the entire season that was I would consider it filler fluff
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
didn't go anywhere.
Well, I mean,
Um,
okay, I feel like that storyline, but they were trying to say something there, but not very well, right? Because it was
yeah,
it,
not
it,
very well. Yeah.
it was part of the storyline about because at the end they're talking about them all trying to find redemption. I think that was like the overarching theme,
Yeah.
right, of the whole season of like them
Mhm,
trying to confront here's all the bad shit that we've done or and are doing in order to
mhm.
sort of meet this goal. That is like a good guy thing, right? But we're doing all this bad shit. So how do we live with ourselves after that? Like how do we sort of face that and redeem ourselves or forgive ourselves for the things that we've done, etc. But yeah, I don't think his storyline was told very well, especially on the episodes where they kind of just explain what I just said in a sense. Like
Mhm,
they just said
mhm.
it versus showing it in a very meaningful way, right? It was
Yeah.
all like,
Yeah.
well, here's what we're trying to say, and like here's what we're doing, and it's like, okay,
It was.
it's
You're
just
right. It was like super matter of fact.
yeah,
There was no
yeah, exactly.
subtlety to it.
It's
Yeah.
just here's some exposition, here's some text, and what this is about, not like actually showing me the character. Like you want to see the character, experience this. Like good storytelling or good a showing of that, would be
Yeah.
you would be able to kind of you want the audience to have the ability to sort of glean that information from what the story is showing you, right? At least that's how I feel about it. So
Yeah, I would say that, and I think we talked about this earlier in the season. The feel is definitely that they are entering the final phase of the story that they're trying to tell, and they don't want to like get there too quickly. And they kind of started the train has left the station, so they can't slow down certain storylines. So they have to like go into territory that I would consider like bad exposition or bad storytelling
mhm,
just to get to like just to hold certain things off to end the season in a certain cliffhangery position,
yeah,
um, to eliminate certain characters or introduce new ones. It
hmm
definitely feels like the boys had a lot more fun when they were unencumbered by story restrictions. They were just
yeah,
having fun in the universe.
Yeah.
Now it feels like they're committed to the end game, and
Yeah.
yeah,
you know, so
for
they
sure,
can't pull
yeah,
away.
So let
yeah.
me ask you guys this question. So, from someone who has not seen The Boys, because I heard a lot about it, heard it got a bad score and everything. Do you think that they just didn't know what to do, so they just like started writing things that made no sense? Filler?
No,
No, I
No,
don't think
I don't think
that.
that's.
I think
I
they
don't think it was
know.
nonsensical. I just think it
Yeah,
was filler.
yeah, I just feel like it wasn't laid out as well as it could have been. And I don't think they told the story as exciting, kind of like what he was saying before about the more exciting seasons. Like I've always felt it was so interesting how they would be able to go up against Homelander and not have him outright kill them, right? Like that was always an
Mm.
interesting. How are they going to figure out a way to get out of this situation without him? Like, well, he could have just lasered them all and then killed them. And that's always been super cool or super interesting to me. But yeah, in this story, I feel like they didn't even really they maybe were around Homelander or even a little bit, but I just feel like there wasn't a lot of that tension, like a lot of that sort of tension and
well,
like mystery
that
wasn't
that's
there for
what
me.
that's one of the things I hated about the earlier seasons. That's one of my biggest pet peeves of season 1 and 2 is they built like, and I talked about they built up Vought and Homelander as this all like omnipresent threat, and then there
Hmm.
are times when they're like, oh, let's go hang out in the park. Like then they're like number one
Yeah.
fugitives in the universe,
Yeah,
and
that's true.
they're like hanging out in Central Park. You know what I mean? And in
Mhm.
this one, they did that same scene again. They literally have a fight with the Deep and Black Noir, like two end boss level characters,
Yeah.
and then they go have a drink at the bar. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This is like
Yeah.
this is a huge deal. And it seems like Homelander, like you built up the threat of Homelander. He really, like, he literally knows where Bill lives, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
like some of these
Yeah.
characters, like what's her name, Starlight, she has a
Hmm.
home address. Huey has a home address. Like it just seems weird. The tone is a little weird. And I
Yeah.
get that they're trying to avoid. I know, like, he can't outright kill them, but he
Right,
can
right,
outright
right.
kill them because he's outright killing people in the bot tower. So like
Right.
it's I,
Yeah, at this point, it's
well,
like it's so hard. That sort of suspension is so hard now to like get around.
yeah,
Like you can't have these
yeah.
characters out here all the time. Like just because and at this point he's already killed a dude, or maybe even more than that.
Well,
you
he
know,
remember
Yeah.
he
just
went to
in
he went
public.
to trial for that though. So he went to trial
Yeah,
and he was found. I mean, at the time, I don't think they didn't even give us a final verdict that he was not guilty for it. So like he still has an ongoing trial, from what I can remember, of him killing that guy. And
Well,
right.
that guy was a pedophile. Remember? Like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
they did huff pieces on
Yeah,
him, but I think at the end of the day they kind of doubled down on that, right? So they've been skirting the issue of for the past 4 seasons, right? Of Homelander just outright killing the boys. And a lot of times he doesn't kill them because of situation. They barely get away.
right.
And then he doesn't kill Butcher because at the end of the day he wants to see him die slowly. At one point they were going to fight to the death, but he's like, "Hey, you have this massive cancer in your head. You have a hole in your head. I just want to see you die slowly, and to know that at your final moments, I lived and you died."
Yeah,
So that fits within Homelander's MO, right? Homelander is all about causing pain to people. And yeah, I think a lot of times throughout the series, it would have been easier if Homelander would have just killed like Huey, right? When he was going through the vents. Like we talked about that. He could easily have killed him. I think now the writers have now gotten to a point like they were skirting a lot around season 4, because I think season 4 they spent a lot more time dealing with the individual conflicts of everybody. Billy coming to the fact of his mortality, that he's going to
mhm,
die soon. And he's been struggling with that the entire season until this last little bit. Spoiler
yeah,
alerts, by the way, for those that are listening. Kimiko with uh her past affiliation with the that organization that she was meant to fight for, or she was forced to fight in as a kid,
mhm,
with Frenchie and everybody else, MM and so forth. Everybody had their own individual struggles this season,
right.
but the culmination of that really came by at the very end of the season. Spoiler alert for those that haven't seen it, but with Huey, saying like, "Hey, everybody's kind of getting to this idea of, you know what? We need to do better. We care about, all we've seen is blood." And Huey, I actually rewatched part of season 1 with my sister, like in the past day or two.
Mhm,
And the Huey Campbell that we get in season 1 is completely different than the Huey Campbell we get now. So I kind of see more of the disparity in between the two because of
mm,
me just watching season 1 partly over
yeah.
again. And they're having this great hoorah moment, and then here comes Butcher absolutely
He just
destroying.
shit on everything
Yeah,
as
he
he
just
should.
Yeah.
yeah, he completely goes nuclear, kills
mm.
Victoria Newman, takes V,
Mhm.
and now he looks good. Like before, he was not on V this entire time, literally dying inside. And now he's taking V. He's super powered and he's stronger than ever, and pretty much goes nuclear. All the boys are on the run, and if not just on the run, get captured. So now I
Yeah.
think
They
we've got to this point
they
where
all get captured, right?
yeah, we all get
Yeah,
Yeah.
captured other than Billy Butcher. And then
Billy.
also,
Yeah.
for those who haven't watched Gen V, certain characters show up from Gen V into the boys. So I'm looking forward to how that's going to tie in.
Mm.
But now we get to that point where what we've been kind of complaining about all season 4, of how the boys get away from all these like situations that they should have been killed in. Now
Yeah.
it's kind of
Yeah.
like an oh shit moment. Homelander has ascended pretty much into the presidency.
Mhm.
Um, all the boys are captured except for Billy,
Yeah.
and Victoria Newman, who was kind of like the safeguard almost to a point where, because she could kill Homelander, like it would take her
Well,
it would probably kill her to do
yeah.
so, but
Yeah.
she could
Who?
pop potentially. Victoria Newman, the
Victoria
eye popper
Newman.
lady,
Oh,
the
yeah.
VP
But
that was supposed to
Yeah,
be the
but I think
VP.
he said that the thing is he's so fast
He could
Yeah.
kill
He's
her
like
that you would
before.
really
super
need
faster.
like a plan in place to be able to have enough time to pop, because his head wouldn't pop like a human's.
Yeah,
It
he
would take
no,
way more effort to pop his head.
it'll take a lot more effort. And I think they even said that the most she could probably do is give him a
Mm.
nosebleed. And for her to fully pop his head is going to take a lot of effort. So the one
Mhm.
person that you kind of could see killing Homelander gets absolutely eviscerated. So yeah, I mean, this now at the end of season 4, we kind of see the boys in the position that they should have been probably at the beginning of season 4.
Well, they
Um,
set up for. Well, okay. Well, I mean, but yeah, they set up for the virus, right? I think
yes.
that's what we start seeing. So I feel like that's probably their Hail Mary play at the end here, is trying to use that virus.
It's
Or
either
Soldier
that
Boy.
or Ryan or Ryan.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be Ryan at the end.
Yeah.
Like they'll turn, like that kid will do like a triple, quadruple turn. I don't know what that kid's on right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, he's on some
Maybe a
weird
mix,
shit
some
right
sort of
now.
mix.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
Fucking
Ryan
dark.
is ultimately gonna be revealed to be more powerful than Homelander in whatever
Mm.
moment that you know what the finale will be, and I think it'll
Yeah.
be Ryan killing Homelander. Yeah, you just mentioned a huge spoiler after credit stinger scene after the or mid credit stinger, I guess, where
Mid-credits, yeah.
they showed Soldier Boy in Frozen, so like he's going to be part of the final season, which I think will be interesting. By the way, I did in my Nostradamus powers did call Jeffrey Dean Morgan being
Yes, you did. I want to.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
I wanted to
did.
mention that. Yeah.
And it happened. I think when you said it
Yeah.
that Wednesday, I think it was the next
Following day.
episode.
Yep.
It literally
Okay.
showed that.
Showed
I hate you
that.
for it.
Wait, what'd you predict?
What's
Jeffrey Dean. Oh, go ahead.
what Jeffrey? I don't know what his.
Oh
he-
yeah,
he's-
he was in his head. Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
he was.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was a
Yeah,
real.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. You're the first one. Yeah.
Which is that's a
but yeah,
mind fuck because I thought that CIA scene where he was in the building, I was like that had to be real. Like he's in the middle of
Yeah.
the fucking
Yeah, me
CIA
too.
building.
I mean, in
I like how
in
they
all
showed
fairness,
him
they
pouring
show
the
him
cup
like pouring
into
into
nothing.
just the table.
Table, yeah,
Yeah,
I was like,
nice.
Yes,
that was really good. So I have to give you credit for that.
thank you.
Yeah.
What was the other thing I was gonna say? Fuck. The Deep. My favorite character of all time.
I think
What's
everybody loves him.
What's his girlfriend's name? She got that was such a
Octopus.
the
Oh,
octopus.
The
That was a
octopus,
hard scene to
yeah,
watch.
he
That
murked
was
That
her.
was a hard scene to watch.
yeah.
Because I
Well,
mean,
that's when
I
he
didn't really-
became like a fucking lunatic. Remember? That's when he started being all weird and creepy.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
trying to
I
follow.
like-
He's
yeah.
trying to follow after Homelander,
Oh,
and after Sister Sage pretty much fucked with him.
Yeah.
he got real dark.
Yeah.
Mm.
He's all fucked up now.
Yeah.
And so is Black Noir though. Although I guess he was always sort of fucked up. I don't know. Black Noir's character I still kind of don't get.
Well, this new one is
yeah, the new one.
still fucked up. Remember, because he got like a what did it call it, murder boner
Murder
or something?
Motor boner,
Yeah,
yeah.
because the
Murder
Deep's like,
boner, yeah.
bro.
Bro, yeah, I was like, he's like, I thought they were doing have a bro
yeah.
scene, and then he's like, murder boner. I was like, yeah, it's fucked up.
The scene where Sister Sage, you find out that she's also fucking Black Noir, but without the
But she
lobotomy.
doesn't have Black Noir like give her a whatever, a lobotomy.
Yeah, he's like, lobotomy? What the fuck? So she's fucking Black Noir without lobotomy, but she has to be lobotomized to fuck the Deep. I was like, yeah, that fucks with the psyche so much. That was good.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Speaking of Sister Sage, she had dropped another hint though about Maeve. Because remember when originally Homelander had dissed her and sent her away, she's like, "There's someone that you can never be," and she dropped down that profile of Maeve.
Yes.
Yeah.
The book. Yes.
Oh, that's what it was. I didn't understand. I didn't understand what that was about. I was like, I thought she was talking about.
I'm pretty sure that's Maeve too.
I thought the one person he couldn't beat was Edgar. I thought he was talking about Edgar Stan, that he couldn't beat him.
That's what I thought it was too.
Yeah, no, it was like a profile. No, it was Maeve. Maeve was on the cover.
So is it Maeve then?
I think that's Maeve. She's like she will play into the final season, obviously. But
oh yeah, she's semi-A right now, right?
She's alive. Yeah,
she lost her powers though. She lost.
That's what I thought too. Yeah, she lost her powers, right?
Yeah, but see, yeah, she lost her powers. Remember, when she grabbed Soldier Boy and they fell out of the tower. She lost her powers, and she survived the fall.
There was like a beam, right? There was like a beam or something. I thought was it because it can make people lose their powers?
Yeah, well, yeah, he absolutely he can make you lose your powers and then also like completely destroy you. So she got hit by that beam, but she didn't die though. but she fell from the
Okay.
tower still, but she lived.
Yeah.
So
lived,
that's what I thought
Yeah.
that was. But this
I
is
mean,
weird
we would.
because that's different from the comic book. That's why I'm like, I
Mhm.
thought Maeve is just written out because
Yeah.
spoiler, in the comic book she gets killed.
Mhm.
Homelander kills her like earlier in the comic book. So I'm just like, I thought this was just a write off for her,
Yeah.
but I guess not.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. We'll see. I guess.
Yeah, no, I think Sister Sage. I like that she's like it's all plans within plans within plans. Like so,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like
Yeah.
how we don't know if we're still on plan. We don't know if this is
Mhm.
part of her plan to put Homelander in a position where the boys can eventually kill him. Like I mean, like so
Yeah.
I find her interesting in that sense where I don't
Mhm.
know where
Yeah.
like
Because I was definitely
how
thinking
much
that
in control
originally.
she is. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I was like, oh, she's trying to set him up so he can get killed. But then she
Yes,
came out at the end and was like, no, I just helped you out. Even
Yeah,
though
he's like,
you.
I got your back and
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah.
she's like, I
I don't.
just let you be you.
She could
And,
also just
Mhm.
be, sweet
Yeah.
talking him.
She
For
could
sure.
be.
Definitely. For sure.
We might be
So
giving
it'll be.
the writers too much credit, but
Right.
yeah, it's entirely possible.
Mhm.
Also, our girl Ashley, our second favorite character of all time.
Yes. Yeah.
She's
yes,
now
I
super.
wonder what
Well,
power she's gonna get.
Right.
she was.
Oh,
It
I
looks like
can't
she was.
wait.
It looks
She
like
was
she was
morphing,
hulking
right?
out. Yeah, she
Yeah.
looks
Her
like she
I,
was
head was
hulking
Yeah,
looking
she
all
out.
was
weird.
morphing, and then they showed her like actual scalps all fucked up from her pulling her hair off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, man. Yes. Well, yeah. I was sad that they didn't get back to her because I'm like, what the fuck happened?
I
I want to see
know
what she turned into.
it's a mystery
Mhm.
for next season.
Yeah.
Well, the
Yeah.
thing is, like, I mean, before, remember, she was supposed to be getting saved, right? From or A Train was trying to save her. It was like we need to
Yeah.
leave together, and
Yeah.
she's like,
Yeah.
no, I have to stay
Right.
here. So the fact that she is now going to be souped out, I'm kind of excited about that because
Yeah.
honestly, like she had no way of surviving. She was on a list, right? So she was going
Mhm.
to get killed either way. I thought Homelander was going to go kill her himself because when she was at the door, it seemed like he could see her, and then she just
Yeah.
ran away from him. And he probably
Can
thought she was
also
insignificant, but
she'd also see
I think,
to
yeah, exactly. I think it's that because he said we should add Ashley. He's like, oh yeah, good idea.
He's
He
like,
doesn't give a
yeah.
fuck about Ashley.
okay. No,
So like, even
it,
if she was running, he wouldn't care.
yeah.
are they implying that the Deep is also illiterate? Like he can't spell Ashley? Like
Oh, he did
Probably.
spell it with like, did he spell it with two
it was
E's or something?
adorable. It was adorable the way he spelled it. I was like, that's so
Yeah.
cute. But I'm like, oh, are they trying to say he's illiterate? I'm like, but I love the Deep, and that just made him like a better character somehow.
That's okay.
What was it fucking no. Oh shoot, I lost my train of thought. There was another thing I wanted to bring you
From
guys.
what you guys
know.
are saying, from hearing from you guys, now
Mm.
correct me if I'm wrong, is there plot armor with Homelander? Because it
No.
seems like no. Okay.
No, you're
Homelander
wrong.
is
He's like
literally
he's
he's
Superman.
Superman. Yeah, he's Superman.
It's
Yeah.
Superman.
I mean, well, yeah, obviously, but it just sounded like he had so many opportunities to kill whoever, and just for some reason he
Well, that's a
didn't.
I
different.
mean,
He wouldn't have plot
No,
yeah.
armor.
we're,
The other
we're,
characters will have plot
Yeah, he
we're
wouldn't
talking
have
about
plot
the
armor.
boy.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
The
talking
There
about
were
boys
the
have
boy.
plot armor.
situations where they couldn't.
Boys have plot
Yeah.
armor.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But
that's what I mean.
Mhm.
Homelander, like I think unless they pull something out of their ass, I think they've established the only thing that's going to kill him was Ryan. Like, and it would make
Nah,
sense, right? It's his
I'm
own
I'm
suit.
predicting I'm predicting I was predicting originally the virus would not kill him, but
Yeah,
depower him. I'm feeling like
Mm.
that's his outcome is he gets depowered. Like he's gonna
I
try
It
to
could be.
they're gonna hit him with something. He's gonna try to punch somebody, and then he's gonna realize because death would almost be too good for him, right?
I guess they could
Like
also Soldier Boy could end up being a bigger bastard because he's like fucking his father, right? Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
so like it could be a
yeah,
bigger bastard at the end of the day, and uh, I don't know where this show's gonna go, but
yeah.
yeah,
Well, you remember the
and
strain right now is still, I think the strain is still contagious to all soups. So if
Yeah.
they use it on him, everybody's going to
yeah,
die. The problem is with Soldier Boy is that he is literally the anti-soup killer. So
yeah.
he is, I think, I'm assuming that, and mark my words, so it's like just hold this here, is that
Oh shit!
the virus is going to be used on Soldier Boy for some reason. He's going to somehow contain the virus in himself, and I think Ryan is going to have to be the person that kills either one or two things. Either they use it on somebody else and it ends up depowering, like you said, or they're going to use it to kill somebody. That person is going to be isolated somehow, and then Ryan's going to have to kill Homelander. So I'm hoping, like what the showrunner said, like, so the interview came out because the showrunners, they've heard the gripes and the complaints from people like us, and they said like they said they wrote season 4 the way that they did because they realized that season 5 or at the end of season 4 there had to be a point of no return. It had to be something so big that was going to happen that at the end of the day, like there's no going back to anything like you could possibly do with the boys, which is like finding out their different stories and doing all that stuff. Which I think they, to be honest with you, I think they've accomplished. I think we're got to a point where it's like the plot armor is gone for the boys for the most part. Outside of them just being captured, I don't know if Homelander really wanted them dead. He could easily have gotten them killed. I'm not sure why he's just capturing them, which I think is still a little bit of plot armor. Well,
He's
it
doing
is plot armor.
concentration camps.
Well, yeah, he's building concentration camps. So I was
Remember?
like,
That's the thing. He's putting everyone in concentration camps.
but the thing is, what I'm saying about that part is that ultimately, at the end of the day, Homelander could have just like he has reason enough to kill the boys. So I was saying like that's what I'm saying. It's a little bit of plot armor.
Yeah, he could do it. And make
for
it
sure.
look
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, he could do a cover up.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
and then the show would be over. So
yeah, the show would be over. So
right.
like, okay, Homelander actually wins and blah blah blah. But no, this season I think this season did while I know we had a lot of complaints about the boys, overall about the pacing and a lot of other stuff. But I think the boys did a relatively good job overall this season. It wasn't the best season of the boys for sure. Like I said, I think season 2 was kind of the peak. I would say season 2 is probably the best of the boys. Season 3 was really good though. I'm not saying. I mean, they're kind of neck and neck.
was good.
Three for me is where they hit their like.
Yeah, I think I
is-
really like 3.
3 is where they were truly free to do whatever the fuck.
Wait,
they
was season
wanted.
3 was what was here? Soldier Boy was season 3, right, or season 2?
Herogasm was season 3, or was it season
3? I think.
Which one's Soldier Boy? Soldier Boy season 3?
Season 2 is what the name. Stormfront is season 2.
Yeah.
Okay, then yes.
Season
I'm sorry.
2
Yeah, season 3.
and Soldier Boy season 3, right?
3 is,
yeah, season 3. So season 3, season 3 is peak. I'm sorry. Season 3 is peak.
Yeah, that's
2,
peak. Yeah.
2 is good,
and
1 is 1.
The thing is, for like the boys, the reason why at least I'm so critical is like we know they're capable of like better, right? So when you're watching the boys, you're expecting a certain level of show. Same thing if you're watching House of the Dragon or whatever, you have certain expectations when you start watching a new season based on the old season. Sure. So, I mean, it's good. It's not a bad season, but it's, I wish, I don't know. I wish this would have just been a short season, so they would have been able to train some other fan instead of like an 8-episode season, make it like a 5 or something.
Yeah, I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
I don't know. I mean, how much did you gain from that Frenchie storyline?
Was it a lot gained? No, but I do appreciate that him and right when him and Mimiko finally, Mimiko catches her feelings. Mimiko finally realizes that Frenchie's the one she wants to be with. They get taken away.
Was good.
And she stays.
That relationship.
That part was good.
And I'm fully okay with that.
That one was earned. Yeah, I agree with you. That one, yeah. But I'm talking about the Frenchie.
No. I get what you're saying.
Whose family they killed or whatever.
Yeah, they didn't go nowhere. That was just kind of like I feel guilty. Mon ami, I feel guilty.
Yeah, because it was like we didn't know that guy. We didn't care about him either. You know what I mean?
And he was pointless. That boyfriend was pointless.
That was our relationship was like, who cares, right? Like. We understand that he did a bad thing, but we don't feel anything for it because we don't know this dude and we don't care about him.
Yeah. This has been brought up about this season a lot, and I'm curious what you guys think about it. This was what I forgot to ask you. There's been a lot of talk about it, and especially this season, and I noticed it a lot in the show, that the writers of the show are going out of their way to make Huey's life worse,
miserable,
and worse.
Yes.
And how do you guys feel? Like there was a certain point where I got to, and it was the where he was Tech Knight's prisoner, where I was like, come on, man, this guy's been through so much. You're really gonna like do and apparently off camera stuff. He was subjected
even
to
worse.
all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was like weird that he just mentions offhand that he was like sexually abused and all this stuff. And like, we just saw this guy go through some crazy ass. He's the main character. Like, I was like, is there any truth to that? Like, what do you guys think about? Do you think they're dragging this character for the sake of like dragging this character? What do you guys think?
I think so. I saw the same.
Some episodes for sure.
Yeah, I saw the same Reddit post. I saw the same post. I think I saw it on Reddit. It was like Huey is literally like, please. It was a petition, kind of like it was not like an official petition, but people were saying like, please stop Huey from being the lowest denominator of the boys, and he's just getting all the worst shit happening to him. Like his father dies, his girl dies at the very beginning of the series.
He gets tricked. Remember with the shapeshifter?
Yes, shapeshifter, yes.
Yeah,
right to the end of the season, it kept happening. I was like,
can you really feel bad for him though? He got to do a lot of butt stuff. He got to do some butt stuff.
You seem pretty happy.
Yeah.
No, I know he was happy. Now they're making like a whole, confrontation between him and the actual Starlight because of it.
But it was, that was short lived.
Yeah, it was short. But I also was like, you can't blame him. Come on.
Yeah,
you're mad at him.
Yeah.
But it seems like his speech like won her over. It seemed like in the end, I was like, oh, that was quick. Because I did seem like they were setting it up for a season of misery for the guy.
Yeah.
And then I guess like mid-episode, the writers were like,
that's true. They're probably like, you know what, let's give him a break.
Yeah, let's give him a break, guys.
Let him get some ass. But no, I mean, to be honest,
they're over that.
No,
of treating him that way, or
because one of the last scenes, he convinces the boys to spare Victoria Newman, spare her daughter from pretty much being obliterated, by Homelander, and Homeland wasn't going to kill her. She just didn't want to be a puppet anymore. So she gets she gets ripped apart, which I was surprised that happened so easily. But it was smart. I don't know if you guys noticed the tentacles went over her eyes. I was like,
I saw that.
That's smart.
Because I was like, why isn't she popping him? And then
she couldn't.
The tentacles, she couldn't see him.
You
could see when the corpse dropped, her eyes were already blanked over when she was trying to use her powers.
Yeah. So, no, I mean, that's another thing for Huey, right? Huey had convinced the boys, like, hey, oi, like, guys, we need to stop being so bloody. And then here comes Butcher and absolutely destroys that. I thought he was going to kill the daughter at one point. I mean, he
killed her too.
Yeah, and he bathed
until they showed her, knocked her out.
Yeah, we took her back to the orphanage she went to. And then, like, Huey got bathed in Victoria Newman's blood. Like, what? Like, that poor guy, like, literally went through all that, and then he realized that they're about to attack Butcher. He realized, like, no, it's pointless. Like, Butcher is at another level right now where he could literally kill them. So,
by the way, okay, I'm getting my continuity off here. I thought when you take V and you're human, it's only temporary.
No, there's a green one.
They made another one that was a short-term one.
Yeah, remember that's the green vial. That's 10 V.
Yeah.
So he probably took.
Okay, took the blue one.
The dangerous thing about V is you can die. It's you have better chances of surviving V if you're giving it to as a youth or as a baby. Yeah. But the older you get, the higher risk. Because didn't someone explode in one of the early episodes because they took it and they were compatible?
I'm not sure. I know you're not supposed to take. You can take V when you are an adult, but yeah, I think they did say humans. The older you get, the more incompatible you can become. So or unstable. I think it's like maybe you get the powers, but you become mentally unstable. So there's huge side effects.
Something like that.
Yeah, there's huge side effects.
It was that whole insane asylum in the second episode they went to, where all the soups are kept in there, and they're like you know what I mean? When they
were giving them V. Yeah, they were giving them.
They're all adults who were given V, and they're all levels of insanity. Like
Well,
you know,
we saw one of them. That was the
we
chick
saw,
that
yeah, we did.
lifted the
That
boat
lifted
and
the car, yeah.
stopped
Yep,
Huey and
yep.
Starlight.
Oh,
So
So some of them are more in control than others, like you said.
yeah,
But yeah, still pretty cool.
yeah. I mean, we don't know where season 5 will truly go. I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are too. I think they ended the season
What
5.
happened to Gus Fring? Now that I think about it, where the hell is he?
Back to
He got
jail.
put, he got put back in jail.
Yeah.
He got put back in jail.
Yeah.
I thought Newman broke him out.
Oh, you're
No.
right. No, he's
She
right.
popped the limo. Yeah, she popped the
Yes.
guy's head, and she opened the doors like hello,
Oh,
and then she took him.
Then he's out and about.
yeah.
Maybe he's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But where is he?
Yeah, we don't know.
In the end.
And the fact that Butcher killed Newman, Gus Fring doesn't take things personally, but he might take that
He would take that personally.
Yeah, because he looks at Newman as, well, not even Newman, but
daughter.
mostly Newman's daughter as one of his kids, as a child of his. So, or his granddaughter, he looks like. So, yeah, I'm kind of curious how that's gonna. But that's a very very fair point. We don't know what happened to Gus Fring so far, so we'll see what happens. But I'm excited for season 5 for sure. This last episode is probably the best episode of The Boys this season for sure. And the fact that we get to see pretty much Homelander become the president of the United States, or acting president, or he's pretty much the president of the United States at this point.
He's pretty much president because he even tells the president like, step out of the way or move the fuck out of the way.
I'll take it from here, sir. Like, oh shit.
Oddly timed the disclaimer for like political violence.
Yes.
And then when it gets into the episode, it's talking about a shooter, it's talking about a rally, it's talking about. I was like, geez, man, what a just bad timing on the finale episode here. But there were a lot of.
I mean, how are they supposed to predict that it was going to happen so close to the show?
They can't.
Yeah, exactly. They can't. It's out of their hand.
Bad timing on them.
Crazy.
Like maybe the season came out earlier in the year, but still, I thought as the episode's unfolding, I'm like, okay, they keep bringing up stuff that's like oddly similar.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
We keep talking about. Yeah, so I was like, okay.
I think this was the first time they actually had a disclaimer. I think they might have had this disclaimer one other time when talking about the January 6th or the other type of riots. But this is pretty crazy.
Yeah, there was another one that had a disclaimer. This is the only one that. So I mean that's the kind of show it is. It's going to hit a little bit close to home because that's what you want it to do, right? So especially the final season, I think it's positioning itself like where we knew it would end up. So
all right,
but yeah, I mean, I think it was good.
All right, well, let's get to the blurries and see what you
the whole season.
This is the whole season.
Let's do the whole season. Yeah. I'll go first, I guess. I will give it a 7.5.
Okay.
I'll give it an 8.
Okay. 8? Yeah, I'm probably feeling like a good 8 overall.
Yeah.
It wasn't the lows weren't too low. I feel it was just like not as good as I was expecting it to be, right?
Yeah, like I said, like the filler wasn't bad filler, but it was still filler. You know what I mean?
Now this is not the weakest season, right? Would you guys say the first season is the weakest season?
Probably because they're getting their feet wet and they're trying to like get adjusted to their characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only season I would rate lower than this is the first season.
Yeah, I would say the first season is probably the worst, only because it has to set the story, and it has to.
Yeah, you gotta get familiar with the characters and all that stuff.
Yeah, I was watching it. Like I said, I watched the first 3 episodes of season 1, and it was like, I get it. It's kind of slow just to get started, but that's when you start to begin. Like the first couple episodes, you're kind of like, oh, this might be a nice goody two. Like I was showing my sister, and she's like, this is not too bad. And then she started watching, and she's like, what the fuck? I think it was one of the scenes. Somebody died. It was somebody that died a gruesome death, and she was like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Yeah," 'cause I told her it was like Marvel, and she was like, "Oh." She was like, "Oh yeah."
Was it Translucent?
Oh yeah, it was when Translucent got
Translucent
when he blew up.
the explosive.
Yeah, the explosive.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
she,
awesome scene.
because she was like, oh man, he's gonna be let go, and it's gonna be fine. And I was like, okay. I'm like, just keep watching. She's like, what are they really gonna do? I was like, wait and see. And then she's like, when transfers are walking away, she's like, wait a minute. That sign, remember there was that sign with the baby, like keep your hands your hands clean. She's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
He's not gonna blow it up while the bomb's in his. And then it blew up. She's like, what the fuck? I was like, she's like, she was mind blown that a TV show would do that. So,
That's hilarious.
yeah, it's really cool watching people who are not familiar with the type of stuff that we're used to seeing, watching it. And now my sister's hooked. She's like, why are you telling me about this show like 4 years ago? I was like, I thought you wouldn't care. She's like, no, this show's fucking awesome. And she's not a big Marvel or any person fan. She just thinks like the concept is cool. So, yeah. For my Blrd, I'd give it a solid 8. Good season.
Cool.
Yeah, I'd agree. Everything what Bandito said is the lows are not low enough to really just shit on this show. I think there's lows. There's some things that are boring, and I think we all agree is mostly the Frenchie stuff is probably the most boring out of this this season.
Yeah.
But no, still a very solid season. Still better. I think still better than season 1 for sure.
The quality, the number of characters here in the show, the like variety of characters that are interesting in and of themselves.
Yeah.
Like think of the cast of the show. Like it's the
Yeah.
cast itself is better than your average show. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Yeah. And I liked a lot of the other storylines as well. Like I liked Sage's character, her introduction, and like her whole thing. And I enjoyed Newman's bits because I kind of liked her as a character for whatever reason. I don't know why. Yeah. And like seeing Gus come back, that was cool, even though it was only very brief. But yeah, like we were saying, overall, still solid.
I agree. I'm gonna miss Newman. I did like her character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked her character.
It was a cool character. I didn't expect it to get killed.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, I think that's what the big surprise is. It's like she was such an invincible character, and like her kid is there. Like I don't think anybody expected her to get killed, especially in front of her kid, because she's been so protective
Butcher
of her.
didn't give 2 shits. He literally
Butcher-
killed
Yeah. Well, he had just had
in front of her own child.
Yeah. Well, he just had what's the other boy's name?
Ryan.
Ryan. Yeah, he just had Ryan. You know, because that was his last piece of holding. He was holding.
That was his last piece of hope, and he destroyed it by murdering the poor lady.
Yeah, he killed Grace Mallory. I was like, damn.
I was not expecting her to die either. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that kid's on a roll. That kid is on a roll with his female authority figures in his life for sure.
Well, no, has he killed any? He hasn't killed any women. He has only killed. He hasn't killed his mother. Shit.
Killed his mom.
Yeah, he killed his mom. He killed the one stunt guy, and now he
killed his aunt.
This lady.
Yeah. That's what
his technically, for all intents, like his grandma.
Yes.
For all intents and purposes.
Well, no, he called her. He called her aunt.
Helped raise him and everything, and he killed her.
Yeah, but like it's family. Basically, we know what's gonna happen. He's gonna kill his father. This fucking show is like, he's for sure. This kid's he's on a roll. You might even kill Bill. At this point.
He's gonna kill. Okay, new theory. He's gonna kill Homelander. Billy's gonna have to kill him, and then that Super V, because this is natural, is gonna kill everybody.
Kill Bill. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Well, is there any clones in here yet?
I'm sure there is somewhere in there.
Clones?
Okay.
Well, they're
at Underground.
Yeah.
At Underground. I got a question for him.
Possible answer.
How far are you in The Boys?
I do not know.
You don't
0?
Oh no, I've seen season 1.
Season 1. So I'm thinking.
Okay, that's what you could have said. Season 1.
Ed,
okay.
Yeah. Okay. So Ed, will you be catching up by the next season?
Next year?
Next year.
Well, before the year is over?
At Underground, you have a year to catch up. I'm just saying.
For season 5.
Right now, we are telling you.
For season 5, yeah.
A year to catch up before season 5. You have no excuse. I know you're busy.
Will you be joining us for season 5? I think that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, you heard it here, folks. You heard it
here first.
Heard it here first.
All in.
Yeah.
He will not miss it. He says
he will not miss it. He's never missed.
He never misses.
He's never missed a show or a movie ever.
No.
Right.
Well, no. Technically, he could still redeem himself because if he catches up to the end at season 5, technically he has not missed the boys. So
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I think Ed is playing 4D chess while we're playing Connect 4. You know what I'm saying? So is he Connect 4 from the boys, Ryan?
I'm playing Connect 4 in 3D. I mean 4D.
All right. So
okay, anyways.
All right. Next, moving on.
Let's move on to
moving on. All right.
Guys, I just want to say it's pretty tight episode so far. So
pretty tight.
It's real tight.
Oh yeah, it is pretty tight.
Real tight. It reminds me of the Ed Underground. Super tight. All right.
Makes no sense. We're going.
Next next topic we're gonna briefly go through this is Warner Brothers. They're still trying to keep up with Marvel still to this day, and they realize they cannot keep up with Marvel in live action, so they're doubling down on the animation side,
which they're good at.
Which they're good at.
Very good at.
Yeah, they're very strong in.
Their animation is always.
I want to say something quick about this. So
can we introduce it, please?
I thought we did.
No, we didn't.
Not yet.
Oh,
calm down. Then. All right, so. We're going to talk about next topic. We're going to talk about Suicide Isekai. Suicide Squad, as you know, came out with two movies prior to this. One, it wasn't good, pretty trash. And then a second one, rough. Yeah, it was rough. The second one, much better received. Much better. It was very well received, great reviews and so forth. So. I don't know if that was the reason why Warner Brothers decided to make a third Suicide Squad feature. It's not really a film, but series. But they did it in a style art of anime, Japanese animation.
Also, I was going to say the success of Peacemaker series.
Peacemaker,
that
helped out.
Peacemaker, that was so good.
That was such a great series. But so that's going to be our next topic. So take it away, man.
So. I had hype for it, little hype for it because they were going into the anime route, and WB has had pretty much a really good, solid animation, Western animation, run for a while. Like I really can't name a one bad Western animated movie or series. I'm sure there is one, but I can't name one off the top of my head. It's all been pretty solid. So. Now to go on the anime route, I have some high expectations for it, looking forward to it. And I gotta say, I was pretty let down.
Talk to us,
talk your shit.
Yeah, the animation quality just did not seem like it to par. And I did a little digging on the writers and the animation studio. One of the animation studios who did Attack on Titan had a hand in this.
Ed is doing his research that
hold on. This isn't the Acolyte.
I smell Sweet Baby's hands
behind me.
I can't wait.
Hold on.
This is a Blrd podcast exclusive scoop. Everyone listen up. Ed's done his digging.
This is why I've been on the road, because I've been searching for the answers.
Yes, sir.
I've been searching for the answers. See, you shall find. Just the animation quality, it didn't seem to par. So I did a little animation in college.
You dabbled.
I dabbled in it. And I can swear, I paused it a few times, especially in episode 5 with the dragon. I can swear that a lot of the scenes, especially the overhead running scenes, were
drawn.
so. Well, yes, they were drawn, but they were drawn poorly.
Sure,
poorly. No, just the animation quality didn't seem to par, especially from the team that did Attack on Titan and some other animes I forgot too. But when you look at Attack on Titan and then you look at this, you wouldn't think it's the same animation studio. And I gave it a shot, but the writing just did not connect. It did not seem like it was up to par. It wasn't good, but it wasn't terrible. It's a weird middle ground. It was very mediocre to me. The writing just did not connect, and I'm very surprised because the writers who were behind this have done other animations, and they're great. Some animes I haven't seen.
What else have they done?
Attack on Titan and 3 other animes.
They didn't write Attack on Titan, right? This is based on a manga, right?
They done some animes. I forgot the other 2 animes, but they've got good ratings, a good story from what I hear. It just
I will say the animation I thought the animation was fluid. I liked the animation. I specifically think, I don't know if you can over animate one character, but it sure seemed like Harley Quinn got a little more fluid animation than everyone else.
Yeah,
because
certain
I
episodes
really,
everything else. She gets the main.
Yeah, and I get it.
Main stage.
I'm not complaining. I like her anime look in this, and I do like like I said, the animation for her character flowed.
more than anybody else.
I thought it was smooth the way she was drawn. I can't speak for every other character, but I will absolutely agree with you. The story is boring. I really don't have a lot to say on this thing, and I don't think I'm fully caught up. And I don't plan on watching any more of it because it is a slog to get through.
It is.
Yeah, it is not. It just.
The story is just like
what Ed's saying.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. Like, I felt like the story, because it gets pretty meta at times. Like, they know that they're in an isekai, and even despite that, I feel like they don't really do a lot of interesting stuff with that, and the story isn't really that interesting.
No, they don't.
In the first place.
It's
like,
not.
yeah, because like it's just that hey, they're here in this world, but they don't really play around with any other like DC. I mean, there's a couple of other DC characters that they come across, right?
Yeah.
In one episode, but. Yeah, not a lot of, I don't know, maybe more fan service, I guess, was expected, because since the storyline itself isn't really that exciting or interesting, it's kind of just another rehash or just another excuse to put them in this situation. But it seemed like that was it. Like that's where the story stopped. Like, hey, let's put them in another world, and all right, done. It's like, oh, well, you're not writing anything like compelling there. I mean, like you're saying, I feel like the animation for Harley Quinn, I feel like the animation in the first episode was really catchy and like very colorful, very visual.
Oh yeah,
I feel like that episode had a lot more of the budget, and then the later episodes maybe not so much. But yeah, it's like you're saying, I can't even remember what the storyline was even trying to go for. I did try following it, like I would even rewind it to try and see, because and also watching it in Japanese, because the dub, I feel like, and I'm usually not a person that's like.
I also watched it.
Yeah, and well, because I'm like, I tried watching it.
Otakus.
So bad.
Otakus right here.
I want Rick Fraggle.
Yeah.
Rico Fraggle.
I feel like it's more palatable there. Yeah. But yeah, overall, I couldn't even really tell you what's happening anymore. I know there's a couple of characters that they just don't really do anything. Like there was the princess who looks kind of like Harley Quinn, and it's like, what's going on?
What the fuck? Yeah.
No,
I think you guys are just not paying attention, honestly.
I mean,
okay.
Come on.
No. True otaku coming through.
Okay, so here's the thing. I saw this in
the latest episode 6.
We're talking about
6 or 7.
I think I got up to 4.5.
Or 7.
Honestly.
I don't know. Whatever I watched last, it seemed like they're kind of introducing or breaching some of Bandito's concerns. That's what I was wondering.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
in the
Thank
latest
you. As a real otaku.
Okay. Not all of them though.
Yeah.
True otaku coming through.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, here comes the true otaku. All right, let's hear it.
Back. Okay. So, just give you guys a quick recap. I'm about to do my hand like my fire jutsu. So no, the whole premise of the story. Yeah, or that too. The whole premise of it is that Amanda Waller and her group have found access to a portal, and they're pretty much going into this other land to steal resources. And these resources, at the moment, the world is going through resource shortages. We don't really know what 100% what those resources are, but with this new portal as to what they go through, this is an opportunity. America does what it does best. It conquers and it takes over. Liberates.
democracy.
We heard. Did you guys say you have oil back? So so they were about to go in and pretty much commandeer some of these resources to help our dimension. They sent out a previous group of a Suicide Squad to go out there.
Yep.
That's where we have Rick Flag go out with his group. And pretty much what happens is that the opposing army to the one of the princes that you were talking about, Bandito, pretty much grabs these other Suicide Squad members and pretty much makes them generals of their army and pretty much gives them a huge boost in power. So Amanda Waller, we don't know how much she actually knows about this. We assuming that she doesn't know. I guess the assumption is that they all died. But then Rick Flag gets in contact with her after the new Suicide Squad comes in, and they fortunately join the side of the princess, who weirdly looks like Harley Quinn. Pretty much they join their side, and now they are two sides of Suicide Squad that are going to be fighting each other. That's the gist of the story I've gotten so far on episode 5.
Who else is on the original team that went in? All I know is Pied Piper or Ratcatcher or whoever.
Ratcatcher. That's the only one we know so far.
Yeah, he's the only one they showed.
Right.
Yeah, so we don't know if
does anyone know how many episodes this is supposed to be?
No idea.
Is this?
I'm not sure actually.
Because if this is like a typical anime, this could go anywhere from 8 to 25.
In the next episode, they'll show more characters.
That's what I'm saying. How many episodes?
They'll show more of the other Suicide Squad people.
Okay. For DC characters.
I'm gonna say 10. I'm gonna say 10. 10 to fucking 12.
All right.
I'll say 10. All right.
10 episodes.
I'm gonna say that they're gonna go back to OG anime and they're gonna make it 100 episodes.
This is gonna be the One Piece. One Piece
episodes. I want them to start doing the Dragon Ball thing, where there'll be just one episode of people's like close up on their face, thinking about like plot exposition for half the episode. That's where I want them to go.
We want Harley Quinn running Snake Way for fucking 20 episodes, fucking through the afterlife.
They mentioned
charging up her power.
They're supposed to have powers, right? They were like, "Oh, we have powers," and they sort of started figuring out that they have powers.
So
they're like
they already found that out, but Rick Flag doesn't have powers himself.
Yeah,
I don't know.
How do you guys?
All right.
Well, I was gonna say, like, going off that powers idea and the anime-inspired kind of world they're in. How do you guys like the anime takes on the DC characters, like the most like anime-ized, like Clayface? Like, I didn't know.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
I don't hate it. I
actually like it.
You guys watch Demon Slayer?
I was wondering if is this an interpretation in the comic that he has that I've just never seen or something? Like I was like, oh, maybe
not really.
Yeah.
He's always been like
he's
an actor.
He is an actor, so like his references make sense. However, he's full on Michael. He's full on Michael Jackson.
So I forgot the guy's name from Demon Slayer, but he looks exactly like that character from Demon Slayer.
Oh yeah,
I think he's the main villain.
Yeah, he's the main villain. Everybody says it's Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree with Ed. Like there's some similarities. But that's just with anime in general. A lot of animes will use other animes as references, whether it's fight scenes, characters, and so forth. Like one of the biggest animes out there, Jujutsu Kaisen. A lot of their fights are references from other fights. And they don't do the whole fight, but they'll take certain scenes out of certain animes and references, certain characters and reference it. That's what they always do.
Is it more homage territory?
Like a more homage,
I mean, look at Akira. You know that the bike scene where I forgot the guy's name.
Tetsuo,
he's on the
when he slides, or is it Kade?
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
Canada.
The hero,
Canada,
the main
yeah,
hero.
Canada and Tetsuo.
Yeah.
I forgot which one's
And
which, but the
they
bike
did the
slide.
bike scene.
Canada's
Yeah.
the main.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it?
Yeah, but
That
yeah,
bike
the
slide
the evil one?
is
Tetsuo is the mutated.
Yeah.
yeah,
The
he's
Canada.
the villain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that bike slide has been replicated from in so many genres of animation, not even outside of anime. So no, I get what you're saying. Absolutely. I think with this Isekai, I mean, the studio that did it is Wit. They did the first initial seasons of Attack on Titan. As anybody who knows anything about anime, Attack on Titan became a huge success. Way more. I mean, the manga was successful, but the anime became absolutely monstrous of how well it did. And then after Wit took it. This is kind of goes back to Ed's point. Like Wit, they were only contracted for one season, and they got put on for I think 4 seasons or three or 4 seasons, which is still a huge accomplishment in themselves. The show having gotten so big that pretty much Mappa, which is one of the largest anime studios out there, pretty much took it over from there. To obviously more great success. So Wit is still not a studio to trifle with. They are a very good studio. The animation I think was in this and Isekai is still very Americanized to an extent. While it has anime roots for sure and is animated beautifully, I think overall it's still a little bit Americanized. But that's just the nature of the source material that they're trying to come from. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think the animation overall is good. It is a little bit more. It fits the style of the anime style of today, right?
Yeah. For
Outside
sure.
outside of like the big anime series like Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan recently that just finished out. I'm trying to think. Even
Demon
things
Slayer?
like Demon Slayer. What's the other one? Damn it. Bandy, you know what I'm talking about with
Fate.
no, not Fate. Uh
The
one with
firefighter one?
no, he's like a Rise. He's the one that you were watching. I finished it.
Naruto?
I forgot. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out in a second.
All right.
But anyways, like the style that it has matches a lot of like slice of life kind of animes that are out there right now. A lot of these
Yeah.
more less action filled
Laid
animes.
back.
Hmm?
I don't know if that laid back is the word.
Laid
It
back,
just seemed
like I
like
said, slice of life kind of animes,
Like,
real relaxed
Oh, Solo
animes.
Leveling.
Solo Leveling, that's what I was talking about. Solo Leveling has like a different art style. Like it's not matching like kind of the fluidity of like action animes of today, but it's more like slice of life to an extent. And I think it's fine. I think it works for what it is. I do wish it was a little bit more and more action based, a little bit more fluid in that sense, but I think it does well for what it is. The story is a little bit lacking, I think. It's kind of slow. Um,
Yeah.
it's not really interesting. It hasn't gotten. It's not to me. I would just say it's just not interesting. It's kind of slow.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's kind of becoming a draw just to watch. I'm getting kind of bored of it.
Yeah.
And like there's no real mystery to what's going on. Like really good animes kind of always have a mystery of going on. Like Solo Leveling has a mystery. Demon Slayer, I mean, I kind of read the manga, but if you're watching it, you're like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool. There's a goal to reach for. This right now doesn't. It seems devoid of a goal, and it seems devoid of any
There's
mystery.
no compelling story. Yeah, there's no compelling conflict or story that being told with these characters. Like, I mean, it's the idea, right, is interesting of seeing them in another world. But if the other world that you're going to isn't one that we're familiar with, I mean, most of them usually it's like another world, it's a fantasy world that we wouldn't know of. But I feel like in this case, we're watching these characters try to interact with this like fantasy Tolkien-esque land, and they're just it doesn't seem like there's anything for them to do besides hey, look how wacky we are here.
Lord of the Rings,
we're
right?
wacky.
Yeah, yeah,
because they even show that Lord of the Rings ending with the little thing spinning and all that crap.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say that, and one of the intros, or I feel like the intro for the show, it's very like Game of Thrones, has that map
Yeah.
at the beginning. I thought that was really
the map. Yeah, and they use it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, it's just the other characters that are against them they're playing with are just not. I don't know. It just
they're not
does
interesting.
not seem like there's anything there. Yeah.
Like I said, that you'll get introduced to more of the other rogue Suicide Squad people in the next episode.
Right.
The only thing that I noticed with this kind of animation, like I don't know, because I don't watch a lot of anime, like Bandito or Creamcast, but it just doesn't hit with me because you'll be watching like Harley Quinn, do something, and then they'll throw in like her, like throwing up the peace signs with like little heart bubbles, like kawaii style, and I'm like, fuck, I can't. But when they showed the Joker and he's playing a piano as they're like driving down Gotham and everything, and I'm like, oh, my skin started to crawl. But that's the thing, like I don't know if it's just me because I don't watch that much anime, or if truly it is like that kind of.
I hate this Joker.
It is definitely. I feel like it's definitely in line with anime-esque of that style, of that type, of this type. Okay. Yeah,
like cosplayers. I think this is like it's almost like it's an anime cosplay of the characters that we like, that we've loved in the past. The ones that are fleshed out the most.
Right. Yeah, this is basically like the cosplay. Like if a cosplay had a story.
Yeah,
this is
I think
what it is.
The only person that's kind of fleshed out the most is, I think, like Bandito said, is kind of Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is
it's
the
always
one.
been that way, though.
Yeah, Harley Quinn,
in
obviously,
the movies, I think she's the star of the whole team.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
and that's
but like the other characters, it just did not feel like Clayface. I didn't really feel like it was Clayface or Deadshot. I didn't really feel like he was Deadshot, or the Shark Guy. I didn't really feel like he was a Shark Guy.
Shark Guy was fine. He translated just well. This shark, what's his name, Nana or whatever.
Yeah.
King Shark.
King
She's
Shark,
the same King Shark from the movies.
Or even Peacemaker.
I'm not gonna start. Yeah, Peacemaker, maybe, but King Shark is a very simple character to
they
write,
make him simple.
But Peacemaker he seemed soulless. Like,
yeah, definitely not as interesting as what's his name?
John Cena.
John Cena.
John Cena brought a lot to that role.
Yeah, he brought a lot to the role. Like, I think he can play almost any character at this point. Like, if someone else played Peacemaker, I don't think if the word would have worked. And seeing this animations version of Peacemaker, it just seems soulless. Like, I don't know, just my thought on this.
I think that's a character though, because they couldn't have two goofy like sharpshooters. So the sort of more animated sharpshooter is gonna be Deadshot, and then Peacemaker is gonna be the opposite, just stoic planning things.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, like with King Shark, I think I mentioned this before in previous Suicide Squad, is like I'm tired of the stupid King Shark meme like that's going on. I want the Flash version of King Shark that's actually like
smart
and vicious. Like, this one's they always go to the I'm King Shark, I just want to eat. And it's a tired trope at this point with him. And I was like, I wish they had done more to this. Like, I don't necessarily want a serious anime of Suicide Squad. Like, I kind of like the goofiness of what the Suicide Squad kind of represents. It's just like it just seems devoid of reason. It's devoid of purpose. It seems like when they created this, and we might see something later on. I'm keeping hopeful.
This is basically like designed by committee type anime. Because now that I think about it, you're right. Like obviously these are going to be different levels, but let's say Chainsaw Man, right? I haven't kept up with it, but I remember watching everything. That show really captivated me, and it's goofy, it's fun, it's strange, it's violent, and I remember like looking forward to watching the episode and everything. And, like it brought something that I really enjoyed. And with Suicide Squad, you could have done just about the same. Like, the world is your oyster. You got so many like weird things. The Suicide Squad, they're capable of great violence and great comedy. It just wasn't utilized well.
Yeah.
You know what I think it is? I'll leave it at this because I know time is escaping us. I think they played it safe. I don't think it's the writers per se. I think it's the people behind the writers. Like, hey, almost like kind of guiding your hand. Like, hey, play it safe. Don't do anything too outrageous that the fans would probably like.
Mm-hmm.
It could be. It could be.
And on the second note, this was announced a little bit after the actual game of Suicide Squad came out.
Mm.
So I think they're kind of baking on that, or even I'll even say as much as maybe helping this having the series to help boost the sales of the game. It kind of reminds me of Cyberpunk with Edge Runners. I think it's called Edge Runners.
Edge
The
Runners,
Cyberpunk
yeah.
Anime.
Yeah,
the anime.
like the game when it came out, when the Cyberpunk game came out, it bombed for obvious reasons. But and then the anime was announced not too long ago afterwards, and no one had any expectations for the anime. The anime, I would say, helped boost the sales of Cyberpunk because the anime was actually good.
Yes, anime is really good.
Yeah, and just a thought that maybe they were trying to think in the same way was with Suicide Squad, yeah, and it just didn't work. I gave it a shot. If anything, I'm looking forward to this. I've always wanted like a DC style anime. The same thing. I wanted like a Star Wars type anime. We got the Star Wars anime, and that was actually pretty good, pretty decent.
Yeah, there's a
This,
Ninja Batman. Yeah.
Yes,
Which
is okay.
I haven't seen it, but
it's better than this. It's better than this. It's still not the level that I'd expected to, but it's better than this. A whole lot better than this. I just feel like they missed a lot of things. It's very mediocre to me. Could have done a lot better.
It could be related to the game for sure, because they do have that Elseworlds thing. That's their system for in-game, where it's like sort of extra dimensions, like where people come from different worlds, which sounds like an interesting idea. I feel like that'd be a more interesting idea even as the anime versus what we got. But yeah, I who can say for sure? But I can see that being a connection.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Isekai, for our viewers, check it out. I think it's on episode 6 at the moment. So yeah, check it out.
That many. Check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a new spin on Suicide Squad, and in typical anime fashion, it's not that long. I think each episode is what, a half hour, so not too bad. Yeah, check it out. Kind of view it for yourself. Right now, do you guys want to get blurries on it thus far, or you want to wait to the end?
Up to you guys.
I really don't want to see the end of it.
Yeah,
but
we don't have to. Yeah, we don't have to finish it.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it to the end there. But...
All right, so let's.
I thought I was the only one. Wow.
No.
Yeah, I
had expectations.
Yeah, I'm watching it mainly because I want to finish it, just because I started it. It's something that I don't look forward to every week, only because it's just right now it's just so slow. I just don't want to.
Yeah, it's so slow.
Yeah, I don't want to invest time into something that I'm just not going to enjoy, especially when it's this. It's just like it's such a mismatch of genres, which could be a good thing, like we talk about the chaos, but it's just so weird how it's just spanning out. So we'll see how it goes. But I'll get my blurry. Shoot. No, I'll hold off. I'm gonna watch all the episodes. I'll hold off because I'm gonna. We need to watch this. And
I don't want to see Amanda. What's her? Amanda Wheeler?
Waller
dance again. I don't want to see her dance ever again.
Oh yeah,
well,
the ending.
Yeah, the ending. So just skip the ending.
Yeah.
You know, so just walk. Ed, when the ending comes on, just walk out of your house. Just walk out, go for a walk.
I'm just saying, like, what? Let's say I fall asleep watching the episode, then wake up to see that. I don't want to see it anymore. I'm done with it. I'm done with it.
All right. Well, that I think that's pretty much our review for Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad Isekai. Unless you guys have anything else you guys want to talk about or bring up, let's go ahead and wrap this bitch up.
Wrap it up.
Holy wait, how long was that?
It's a tight episode.
Long enough.
Did we finally achieve it?
We're almost at 2 hours, but close enough. Not too bad.
Hey, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right, Ed.
One day.
Check us out.
What voice?
Any.
All right, any voice?
Any voice, bud.
Any voice that takes us out.
Okay.
Anyways,
All right.
All right, you guys are seeing real
Well,
time thinking
ladies
again.
and
My family has to
gentlemen.
eat.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
hurry up.
ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 130.
Grandma needs
What?
to use the microwave.
32.
32 of the Blrd podcast.
Yeah,
As
right.
always, you can find us here live on twitch.tv/the Blrd podcast. And if you want to, always check on our socials where we can have all of our podcast episodes on all major podcasting platforms. Until next time, have a good day, sleep tight, and keep those cheeks greased.
You were doing so well into that very oh my god. Like
All right.
what the fuck was that? Anyways, blur you guys later.
Try to spice things up.
Blur
Blur
you
you later.
later.